Hi guys, Rhonda Winstead here with you, aka Rhonda without an H. It is good to be here with you. Oh my goodness, guys. Whoa, it has been a month. Let's just say January 2024 was not my best friend. But I am happy to be here with you. Happy to do a video. Yay! That means I'm feeling pretty good. So, today what I wanted to do is mix it up and just do something fun. Just, Valentine's Day is coming up in just a couple of weeks, and I'm not going to do a journal or anything like that focused on Valentine's, but I thought it would be fun to do cards. And I am taking my inspiration from Roxy Creations, and I'll have the link to her video. It was one of her weekly challenge videos that she does, and I started working on it and thought, this could also, I think, make a fun Valentine card. And I don't know about you, but I've always loved Valentine's Day. Not the lovey-dovey whatever of it so much as the colors. Many of you who have been with me for a while know that I love pink. And for those of you that are new, welcome. I am so happy that you have joined us. And just jump right in. Love to hear your comments. I love my subscribers. And so I love pink. So now those that are new and those that have been, I love pink, and I like to mix them. I don't mind mixing pink and red together. I'm just like, who says it has to be this or that? Okay, so enough chit chat. Well, that's not enough, but to start with, we'll call that good. So let me show you my process, and then we will get going. So what Rachel was doing with her weekly challenge, let's see, that wasn't the first one. This is the first one that I did. She's taken 2 old book pages, and of course, if you don't have old book pages, antique book pages, that's okay. Use what you have. Do what you like. You can always adapt. Any of these videos that I do, don't think just in terms of, like, for instance, Valentine's Day or spring, whatever. Think in terms of whatever you want. Do you have a theme? Are you making a sewing journal? Are you doing something with cooking? Are you doing a children's something? Something for your grandkids, something for your coworkers. Keep an open mind and make it flexible to what you would like it to be. Okay. So I took 2 old book pages, and she deliberately had us do different size book pages, okay? And so one that was smaller and one that was larger. And I will put the links to her video where she shows how to do that. It's been a couple of weeks now. Anyway, I got the inspiration from Rachel. Thank you, Rachel. Love you, girlfriend. And then I just made it my own. So I did that one. And then she said, I did another one. Only this time I thought, well, if one page is good, why can't I do more? And of course the answer is I can, and I did. Okay, so here we have a journaling card, and it's off a piece of paper that was, I think this was a printer reset where they do the colors and to make sure when you put new ribbon or new ink in. So here we go. And just to make it so that it would stay in there, I put a paper clip. So the idea is, you know, you can just do anything that you want, really. And that one actually... Anyway, so it's just fun. You could put these in a journal. That was the idea with Rachel, is to make another journaling page spread so that you could add it. And then I thought, well, let's do a little bigger one. And so this one, I did that. And this I used washi tape. And I lined it where it comes together. And then put old book page, antique book page. And this is all antique paper. And I have purchased several of my antique papers from Rachel. And she often has some wonderful packets available. And I'll put the link to her shop. But anyway, I have just been having fun. And then I got the idea, let's make Christmas. Duh. Oh, sorry. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. And I got the idea of doing Valentines. So let me show you what we've got. And then we're going to make one together. So this is what I did. I found some images on Etsy that I liked. And the images on these, let me take the envelopes off. This is all from Ginger Journals. Now, she is not paying me. I didn't get these free. I bought them. But I loved her images. All of these came from Ginger Journal. And I will put the link to her shop. This is a Tracy bird. This came from Tracy Fox. So, you guys, are these just gorgeous? With the antique, with the book page? I'm just like, oh my word, these are fabulous. And so, we just, you know, we have to make them. So, open it up on the inside. And here again, I did some of them a little bit differently. I did a lot the same. But these are all going to be going to different people. So I'm not going to be keeping any of these. These are all cards for me to send to people this year. But you've got the antique book page, which is fabulous. And on this one, I may go ahead and put another little bit of paper, like some deli paper, over it, and then be able to write with a fountain pen. Sometimes, depending on what kind of paper you put over, it'll have a waxy, so you have to be careful of that. And there's a dull side and a wax side, so just check before you put something like that on. Check it to make sure, if you're going to write on it, that it's writable. Writable, okay? But you could also just cover it with a piece of paper. This, you guys, I found in an antique junk store. I don't know, it's been about a month ago. It's got the linen. I don't know if you can see that carefully, but this is fabulous. You guys, for a whole ream of 500 sheets of paper, a whole ream of this, I paid $1. I think I might do some packets up and share in my Etsy shop, because I picked up a couple of different papers, and they were so, I could not get them. Is that proper English? I don't think so. Okay. So, I have had this from Hobby Lobby, this little circle stamp, and I used to try to write my whole name, Rhonda Winstead, and then I just went to Rhonda 2024, and it's just kind of a fun thing that I like to do on the cards and things that I send out, and so that's what I've done on all of these. But these sweet little images, and these are just the cutest little Valentines. Oh, So cute. And here again, I bought these, and this was Kirsty Art Design, and I'll have, or Christy, that's probably Christy Art Design, .etsy.com, and I'll have her link below as well, so that you can, if you want, you can use the very same images that I have used here. So I just want to show you. So what I did was basically I put cheesecloth on all of them, and some I did with fabric. These are fabric ties together, and that's how I put them together. And then I lined it with this just because it just, I don't know, it just looks so nice and finished and beautiful. So there's that one. And I got these in Hobby Lobby also in a packet, and they were 40% off, you guys. So that's a good time to buy, and it wasn't expensive. I'm trying to think of, because I threw away the topper. Seems like it was around $2-ish, and then you have your 40% coupon, so that's very doable. Anyway, and this has been covered with a deli paper. This one is more the, you know, the regular. So this can be written on, so I can write a nice note here. And as I do these, they kind of evolve as my brain is sort of like waking up. Wake up, little Susie. And so here we have the cheesecloth. And then I also used, here's some fun little stickers. And this is what I've got left of this sticker sheet. And this also I purchased with the 40% off coupon in Hobby Lobby. Okay. And it wasn't a coupon. Well, yeah, I guess it was. I don't know. So this is done with the darker deli paper, and you can see that this one I covered the whole thing. I just love the looks of these. So there's that one. And then here, this is a sticker that I had purchased from Hobby Lobby. Man, I'm like a broken record, huh? Hubby took me to Hobby Lobby the other day. It was one of the first days that I have felt decent in like about 3 weeks from the infusion. I'll share that with you guys in a little bit, but all of the Paper Studio products were 40% off. So I got this because I thought that had the Victorian, you know, the images, and so that was a bird that I took from there and added a butterfly. And here again, this is an old book page that had some writing on it, and that's why I put the hearts right there to cover up the writing so you couldn't tell. But this is all antique stuff. But again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And if you're not into antique things and you're into the modern, more whatever, you pick your papers, you pick your images, you pick all that depicts that. That's fabulous. You know, it would be a boring world if we all were going for the very same thing all the time, for sure. This one, I had enough writing paper down there that I can put a note there that I didn't feel like I needed to do anything to that. And I just started doing the same thing, so it was just a little bit easier, you know, like kind of like the mass making that we do sometimes. And then here is the other one that I have done. This one I did a little differently. I put washi tape, Valentine, and then added one of those little heart stickers, and this was a Tracy bird, and then the same as what I showed you before. Okay, so And then, let me just kind of set those to the side. And then I made envelopes. And I have some paper, some 8.5 by 11 scrapbooking paper. Slow down, Rhonda. Your friends are here. Don't get that excited. And I'm like, yeah, but I am excited to be here. So let me show you real quick. You can have matching envelopes. So in this paper pad that I have, it's holiday. So I took all the Valentine ones out so I could make envelopes. So it'd be kind of fun and cool. And the way I did it, I'll show you that too. It depends on what size you have your papers. Let me give you the size of my papers. This is 6.5 inches lengthwise and almost 4 inches widthwise, okay? And so basically, let's do one of these. I know most of you, this is like old hat and you don't need this, and that's okay. Just move fast forward. But for those of you that are new, that have never made one of these, then let's just do one real quick and you'll be a pro at it. So you don't need more than about 1/2 inch on either side to fold in as your flap. So let me get, okay. So I'm just going to take off about 1 inch, okay? Going to trim this to 1 inch. And of course, whatever knife or scissors, whatever, however you do that, paper cutter, paper trimmer, that's great. And then you have this wonderful little strip. Okay. So I said these were about 4 inches, didn't I? So I'm going to measure about 4 inches. I'm using my grid, but you don't have to do that. And I am just getting a stylus. Where's my stylus? To make a mark. And a lot of you have scoreboards. You can use a scoreboard. I had a scoreboard, and it was just kind of a pain in the, you know, and I didn't really use it all that much, and so I got rid of mine. Okay, so I don't need this much coming over as a flap. So I think I will take away about 1 inch. You decide, you know, how much you want this to come over. And we will just trim that. So we've got another fun little piece there. Okay. And then I'm just going to kind of fold this over. Not exactly to, I'm leaving just a little bit of space. And then here you can do a, I'm going to use this. My cutter, or my 1.5 inches is what this is. It sometimes doesn't like to go through just one layer of paper. And so I'm going to go through several layers, and that will make it so that it won't grab. Well, see, and it still didn't. I maybe need a new cutter. That's possible. But let's just go ahead and we'll just trim that. So I'm just making a little thumb spot here to make it easy to access. Okay. Okay, so here we have the envelope, and now we just need to make for the flaps. And I said it was about 1/2 inch on each side. And just to give myself a teeny bit of leeway, I'm going to go even a tiny bit less than the 1/2 inch. It's almost. And I'm going to score that. And then I'm going to fold along those score lines. Going to turn it around. We'll do the very same thing on the other side. And of course, this makes it fun by making your own envelopes. You can gear it perfectly, you know, to whatever your theme is, and it'll make it super, you know, makes it super fun. Okay, now one thing that I did is that I'm taking a little pencil and I'm making a dot in the corners where my lines come together, where my folds are. So that tells me it's just easier for me to see. I'm going to trim away these edges. I'm going to keep these are going to be my flaps, and I'm going to trim away these edges. And these I'm actually going to angle a bit. And I'm just going to come up. I made that dot. That dot actually was up there. So I'm just going to cut that out. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. You can measure this if you want to. You can use, if you want to, you could take this and you could switch it over to this side, you know, and draw a line so that it's perfectly balanced. You could do that. So I've got those done, and then I'm going to, keeping in mind, I'm going to keep the middle ones as my flap, and then I am going to take a ruler, just because I really stink at cutting sometimes. So I am just going to line that up, and I'm going to take it just a smidge past the line. And I'll find my line here too, just a smidge. Okay. And I'm not going to keep these. If you want to keep yours, yay, that's fabulous. That's great. And as you can see, we have a wonderful envelope. Now, to glue them together, easy peasy, guys. We glue on the inside edge of the flap. Inside edge of the flap. And the outside edge of the fold-up part of our envelope. Outside edge. And that will make sure that this isn't poking out and that it doesn't get caught in our card or whatever we put in it. So then we just line that up, and here we go. And this is the size that I've been using, so let's just make sure, and it fits in. So there we have. Easy peasy, simple, guys. Okay, so let's work on the card. All right. These are the papers that I have chosen to do this with. And I am looking to see which, this is the larger piece. That's going to be the front. And I want to decide which is going to be the front of the card. Do I care? I really don't. I think I'll use this as the front of the card, the outside. And then this is going to be, I think, the back of the card. All right. So next, what I'm going to do, this is a fabric strip, and it's about 1 inch wide. And I think I will, you know, just about 2 inches, I think. I'm going to cut that I'll do 2 of those. Okay. And these are going to be my hinges. Okay. Now, you can do this a couple of different ways. You can, let's see, let me move that up a little bit more. You can put the hinges on after you've decorated, or you can put it on before. And I have found it's just easier to do everything if I do it the first. One thing that will do, however, and if that matters to you, then keep that in mind and do it after the fact. You can see here, I did the hinges first, and then I put my decorations on, so that covers the hinge a little bit. If you don't want the hinge covered and you want it to show, then you'll want to do it, you know, after the fact. Look, most of mine, you see the hinge is covered a little bit. Okay. So now I am just going to use my Elmer's all-purpose glue stick. Just get a nice gluing on it. And let's just, I'm going to use my little grid here. And I'm going to try to center this. I want a little bit of space for the folding, and I'm just kind of trying to keep that kind of in half there, sort of, sort of. Is that perfect? No. Will it work? Yes. Is it fine? Yes. Okay, so let's do the bottom one. And so it's just kind of, you can do 3 if you want. 3 little hinges. You can do 3, you can do 2, you can do whatever you want. Whatever you want, my dears. This is your project, your Valentine card, or your, maybe it's an Easter card. Maybe you're working on Christmas early. I don't know. And actually, that would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Okay, so let's just, okay, it folds up nicely, doesn't pinch anything. That's why we leave a little bit of space. Okay, now let's go ahead and pick an image for the front. And this Ginger Designs, or Ginger Journals, where I got these, I mean, there's a lot of ones to pick from. That would look good. See, this is where you, that would look great. A toast. Some of you might be having champagne. I would be having Martinelli's cider, you know, non-alcoholic. I can't even imagine what I would be like if I drank. That would be scary. Those are pretty. See, this is the part this is why when you do this project, you got to do a few. If you decide to do something of this nature, you know, be fun for co-workers, fun for grandkids, for your kids, for friends. Oh, just fun stuff. And you know, there's nothing wrong with doing something that's enjoyable, that's just for fun. No big, amazing anything. And of course, this could also be, I mean, there's nothing wrong with you taking something like this and putting it in a journal. It would be beautiful. Add it as a page, add it as a tuck-in, as a flip-in, you know, paper clip it in, you know. So just because I'm not doing that with mine doesn't mean that it wouldn't be fabulous to do that. Oh, these are so cute. All right, you guys, come on, tell me. Oh, isn't that cute? Ah, oh no. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. All right, this is where we're just kind of like, oh. By the way, if you have not subscribed to my channel, I would very much appreciate it if you would. I would love to have you as a subscriber. And I always love when new people post and say they found me through this or that, or, you know, it's just always fun to get to know people. And, of course, for those that have been with me, some of you have been with me since I started this thing many years ago. I'm not like, I don't know how to do the, you know, the social media thing where I just don't know how to navigate that. I'm an old lady, but I got a young heart. Just because my hands say wrinkly and my, you know, I'm not wrinkly. My brain, well, I got cancer brain, but still. Oh, you guys, I'm having a horrible time. This is terrible. Come on, help me out here. Shout it. Shout it. Oh. I'm kind of leaning to this one, or this one, or this one. It's kind of where I'm leaning today. And I may have to just make more, you know, when this video is over, more cards to accommodate and use all of these. That's probably what I'll do. Let's go with this. All right. Sorry if it wasn't on your list. I do apologize. Now, let's take some cheesecloth. This has been dyed, and I have used it for many, many projects. And it's like the gift that just keeps on giving. I don't know which, whatever that's from. It seems like there's so many different ads out there, right? And they all want to draw you in. Okay, so I am using my glue stick to put on my cheesecloth. Okay, and I'm kind of wiping my hands because it's a little sticky. Ah. But as you can see, and you guys, these are just, I call these fun and fabulous because they are. They're so fun to make, and they just don't take a whole lot of effort. I think the hardest thing of the whole deal is trying to pick what design, what kind of whatever. But as far as your pages and working that all up, I just think they're just, I just think they're very fun. I think they're very fabulous. So you guys, while we're just kind of gluing here, and I'm assuming everybody knows, you know, the glue kind of thing. I use different glues. Most of us do that do the junk journals and whatnot. Okay, now I'm going to bring this out, and I'm going to do, and I think I'm going to add a little bit of extra glue because, just because I want to make sure this is plenty sturdy. Okay. These have small, and that one seems pretty sticky. I think I'll be okay with that one. What do you think? Is that just cute? Now, I did edge around here. I inked. Before I had inked most of these images. But that's up to you. You don't have to. I'm just letting you know that is one thing that I did do. Let's see. Let's put the glue back on there. Move that out of the way. Turn the page. And look on the printing. Isn't it fun? You can see it was printed kind of lopsided. But that's what you get when you have an antique book page. And these are early 1800s, maybe 1700s. This is rag paper here. This I don't think is rag paper, but it's still very old. Okay, now what we have to decide, guys, is am I going to cover this for writing? And there's something too. I mean, you could decide you want to put an image on both sides. Maybe you want to switch an image to this side and have this side for writing. You know, so try some different things if you're not sure what you want to do there. I think... Do I want that to come? Do I want to cover that? These are all things I have to think about. I am going to go ahead. I'm going to trim that off. I'm going to glue this onto this side. And I'm not so what would be a purist. I'm not a purist to where I can't cover up any of the book page. I can cover up the book pages. Just depends on what it is and how it suits me. But see here where we have all of this gorgeous font and the printing beneath, and you know, so you get a good feel for that. So I'm going to be okay with covering this, or I could just do maybe like that part. No, I'm going to do the other. So always thinking. So I want to share with you guys what happened with my recent infusion. It started out, I thought it was going to be great. The side effects were supposed to be, we've got a little bit of gunky, so let's get a different glue page. That's the back. Where was I? Oh, I thought it was going to be fine. The first one was supposed to be 3 hours long, the infusion, and I have a port that they access from my chest. And everything, I mean, everything went well. I didn't have a bad reaction to the infusion like I had the time before. So was promising. I had that in the morning. It was on a Monday. And then on a Tuesday, my cheeks were hot and flushed, which has been kind of standard procedure for me after I've had an infusion, so that was not a worry either. And Wednesday, I woke up and I had absolutely zero energy. I was just, I couldn't get dressed. I was just down. So Thursday, I was down. Friday, I was down. Saturday, I had made plans previously to go out with family, and we were going to go do some, some shopping and stuff and lunch. I couldn't go. I was down. Basically, I was down for about 2 weeks where I had no energy. Okay, look what I've done here. Time out story. I have taken a page of Valentine page, and what I did was rounded my little corners, just the smallest. This is what I have as a corner rounder, and I used my very smallest one. Normally I use this mid-sized one. Occasionally I'll use the large one. And this is We Are Memory Keepers, okay? So I just used that, and then I kind of spaced it so that I would have a little bit of space on the top and on the bottom. So then I went ahead and glued with my art glitter glue around the edge, put that on, and then trimmed it, and then, which leaves me with this, and so this is what I will put on here. So that's how that was created. Okay, back to the cancer thing. So the way I was supposed to get this medicine, I was supposed to do 9 rounds of 1 week and 1 week on, and then a week off. Meaning, on a Monday, I would have an infusion. The following Monday, I would have another infusion. And the following Monday, I wouldn't have anything that whole week. And that would consist of 1 round. And then the following Monday, I would have an infusion. The next Monday, an infusion. Anyway, so 2 weeks on and 1 week off. 9 times. So that was supposed to take me into the summer. But just after 2-3 days, my husband and I both decided that that's just not going to happen. I'm not going to do that because it's not a quality of life. It's, being completely down and being sick. And I'm not even being able to really describe the sickness because it's so different and weird that you don't even know how to describe it. It was just, the whole thing was just bizarre. And it just didn't feel right. And so now let's look here. I'm thinking, what if we, this is kind of cool, even just to leave this, well, I won't leave it plain, but to just leave that. That looks kind of cool with the open hinge, doesn't it? I don't know. What do you guys think? I could also do this. We could hinge. I could hinge there and hinge here and open that up a little. Or I could do washi tape. You have choices. Let's just say you have a plethora of choices. So I think I'm going to call that, I'm just going to leave that for now. Now we'll go ahead and do this, finish this off like we did the others. These came in a package tied together with the different color hearts. So I'm going to use one of each of them. So we contacted my doctor's office and said, we're not going to do this. And they said, just keep your appointment with Dr. Doro. So I will see him this coming Monday. And we'll talk. I don't know if there is anything after this or not. The medicines that are supposed to be good for my type of cancer have not worked. And then I had the reaction and had, so I don't know what that's going to mean, but hubby and I have also talked about that this might be a year where we do traveling, where we see some things, visit some people, because when, you know, you don't know, and I don't know. I don't know how long the Lord is going to bless me to be here with y'all. I hope a long time, but, you know, the cancer seems to just get in the way of stuff. It just gets in the way, guys. Okay, so I don't know. That will be a to be continued. I'll update you, you know, when that happens. Okay, so now we have these little edgies. And what I am doing, I'm going to just snip that and snip that so that it kind of, I don't know, it just looks good. I don't know, it just looks good. And then here I'm just going to do a little snippy-doo on my corners. And this is also from Rachel. She does snips. She doesn't really use a corner rounder very often. I don't know if I've ever seen her use one. I don't know. But she does the snippy thing and it looks cute. And so here we've got our front. We've got plenty of room to write a fun note. We've got the cute image here, the Valentine, the old-fashioned. And then here on the back, I am going to put one of my little hand-stamped little dooley whackers. Don't ask me to spell that. Please don't ask me to spell dooley whacker. Okay, guys. I apologize if this has been way too long-winded for you. I love being here with you. And I was so excited to be able to do a video again. I'm just like, oh my goodness. Turn that sucker on and let me visit with my friends. Okay, so we were just going to write my name. And that in and of itself is quite a task because of the shakes that the cancer treatments and stuff have created. My hands go like so it's not all that easy. Okay, guys. So that is it. You have cards. You have envelopes. We've got, this will fit nicely in there. Co-workers, surprises. Just do it. Give it a try. Give it a try, my dears. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.